Hi, and welcome to the pasta rocket experiment. Um, so, this is actually my second take. The time I did this previously, it did not work out very well, just because it overflowed and then came over the top, and then it kind of exploded. You can see it just barely. This is all hydrogen peroxide and yeast mess. So I'm just going to kind of go through everything really quick here. So I have my mason jar with hydrogen peroxide already in it. I have my piece of rigatoni, because that is the one that fits over the hole. My screw cap, I'm not going to screw it down very hard, just kind of enough to not allow it to escape too much, but just a little bit on there for it to go. This experiment was kind of interesting to watch the video on, so I'm excited. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I do have my lighter here as well, and I just use 3% hydrogen peroxide. So I'm going to pour this in, get my lid ready. Take it, screw it down a little bit, mix it up, get it going, set my rigatoni on here. And then you just burn the rigatoni. Burn your pasta to kind of get it going. I'm hoping this works. The hole is on the pasta is pretty good size. So kind of what we're looking at here, looks like it's going to start a little bit. The pasta is actually working as as the catalyst for the hydrogen peroxide, and the yeast, or the yeast is working as it as well. I can hear it going, wanting to start. My pasta is just probably a little too big, and it's allowing it to escape all the way around. A smaller piece of pasta would probably do better, for sure. So what we're looking at is the pasta. So the hydrogen peroxide and the yeast are reacting to form. They are breaking down. So hydrogen peroxide is, this is it's 2H. Oh, here we go. It is 2H2O2, and then it is breaking down into 2H2O and then 2 oxygen molecules, or O2 gas, and that's kind of what we're seeing. With this, it is the pasta is the catalase that is breaking it down. So this is a decombustion or a decomposition reaction, where it is, we're breaking down the hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen, and then that's what the oxygen is lighting because it's highly reactive with matches or a lighter fuel flame. So it was catching on fire. And so with that, and now it's burnt out, so looks like it's pretty well done. It's a little smoky, but not too bad. So what we're looking at is the actual breakdown of the molecules are, it's the 2H2, the hydrogen peroxide, the 2H2O2 is it has a double covalent bond, and what we're doing is breaking that down, and then it's releasing it as heat, so it's an exothermic reaction, and it's breaking that down to create the water and the oxygen, which is what we're seeing in here, and then that's what we're catching on fire, is that oxygen once again. So with that, it's really pretty interesting to kind of see what we're looking at, because we're looking at at oxidation and everything like that, and then also looking at heat and thermal reactions. So it's fun to be able to see that we can produce that as a form of heat. And then when I was doing my research, it was like a lot of it was talking about actually how some of the the first space shuttles were this was I mean a much greater magnitude is that this is how thrust was created and used. Pretty simply was breaking down oxygen and using that to propel the space shuttles with a combustible material. So it is already cold. It didn't get all the way through it. It got most of the way through it. I think that the biggest problem that I found was that I probably could have used a smaller pasta because it's pretty good size around. I have a penne here. So this is the one I used, the rigatoni, and this was a penne. I think that probably would have helped quite a bit because it would have, the smaller volume would have allowed it to get a bigger flame. I watched a different video just to kind of get a better idea of it and make sure I was doing everything correctly, and just to see how other people had done it similarly. And most people had used a smaller diameter pasta, but this is the one I had with the size hole I had for my mason jar, because this one's supposed to allow a straw, but I don't have a mason jar that has that, and this is what I had. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting experiment. I will probably try it again with a little different. I might try putting a little bit of aluminum foil on the top of this to make a narrower hole, and then try the penne and see if that works. I think it was successful-ish. I mean, it went through most of it, and you did get to kind of see that it shot up a little bit, but not too big. So it's probably good just for the fire alarms in my house as well. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I know I did. Thank you.